Hey fam, thanks for coming back. For my new viewers, welcome. My name is Elle. Today is October 8th, and I wanted to talk to you about Mercury Retrograde as well as Mercury stationing direct, which will be happening tomorrow. If you have not had the opportunity to watch my vlog on Mercury Retrograde, I will do a brief review. So here we go. When a planet is in its retrograde phase, what happens is it looks like it is moving or spinning backwards. But in fact, what's happening is it's just spinning slower. So the backwards spin that we see, or the backwards motion that we see from Earth, is actually an optical illusion. And also, um, all planets transition through the zodiac. They transition through each sign of the zodiac. When a planet is in its retrograde stage or phase, what happens is it will intensify the energies of the zodiac sign that it is retrograding in. Mercury went into its retrograde phase September 17th, and it retrograded in the sign of Libra. And Libra's energy is all about diplomacy, it's about equality, it's about balance, it's about service to others, it's about being able to negotiate. While Mercury's energy is about messages, it's about analytical thinking, taking things apart and figuring out how they work. Mercury also encompasses the energy of messages, communication, money, travel, technology, electronics, thoughts, how we think, how we process things. So when Mercury went into its retrograde stage in Libra, what happened was a lot of us feeling the energy were faced with thoughts of like redoing things, or we were reanalyzing certain situations and relationships that we were in, or we were thinking about certain beliefs that we have and why they make us behave the way that we behave, or certain feelings that we have, encompassing why we are the way that we are, or why we interpret things the way that we interpret. The retrograde stage of any planet is really about rethinking, reanalyzing, redoing, researching. So when Mercury went into retrograde stage in Libra, what happened was we were given the opportunity to revise all aspects of the Libra energy, which is communication, relationships, diplomacy, um, balance the yin and yang within ourselves, and also in all types of relationships that we had, whether they be our intimate relationships or business relationship, and also the relationship that you have with yourself. During the Mercury's retrograde stage in Libra, which we kind of still sort of are in because it is the 8th of October, we were surrounded by energy of like really analyzing our relationships and how we think about things, or what we thought about certain situations in our life, why we reacted the way we did with regards to certain experiences. Mercury retrograde in Libra also gave us the opportunity to open up our minds and see different perspectives on our experiences. A perfect example is, let's just say, you experienced something that you didn't necessarily want to experience at work. And while we were in the energy of Mercury retrograde, you were given the opportunity to revisit that experience and have the opportunity to maybe communicate with the person that you had this that shared this experience with you, so that you could get their perspective and their point of view on this experience, which in turn gave you the opportunity to have a broader, more well-rounded view of the situation. Not so, it allowed you to see other people's sides of their experience with you, whether it was a experience that you chalked up as good or bad. Mercury retrograde in Libra was is the type of energy that facilitated us to open our minds to be able to understand that although we share experiences with people, our perspective on it it is not the only perspective. Not only is it not the only perspective, but this energy allowed us to be open enough to want to understand and communicate and interact and or negotiate with the other person that we've had this experience with, so that we can have a better understanding of why it happened, how it happened, why it went down the way it went down, how the other person felt, how we were able to share how we felt and come together within this energy so that we could heal whatever the situation is. And even if we weren't able to heal it, it gave us the opportunity to be able to see that we all experience things. We might not experience the same type of things, but if I'm experiencing something with you, my perspective of it may be different. However, my perspective is just my perspective, and this energy allowed us to be open to want to find out what the other person's perspective is, so that we can get a better understanding. And through this better understanding, we can use that information in our future so that we can heal and grow and bridge the gap of relationships and figure out whether or not, if the relationship is worth, bridging the gap, or if it's a relationship or the situation is just worth leaving alone. Mercury retrograde in Libra gave us that opportunity to open up so that we can see things from a different point of view, so that we can get more information that will make the picture or the experience that we were revisiting whole and complete, and not just from our perspective, not just from one side. And that's the beauty of Mercury being in retrograde. It gives us the opportunity to revisit, to rethink, to review, to reanalyze, to redo the things that we have experienced, so that we could possibly change our belief system about life. And our belief system will be better once Mercury stations direct, which is happening tomorrow. So now let's go into Mercury stationing direct. When a planet is said to station direct or go or start to move forward in the direct motion, what is happening is that the planet will appear and will feel like its energy is going back to normal. But this will take a couple of weeks. So Mercury is starting to station direct tomorrow, but it will completely be direct and out of the sign of Libra on October 24th. Once a planet that is in its retrograde stage has finished the retrograde stage, it goes direct. And when it's direct, it stays in the same sign that it was retrograde in. So Mercury will be transitioning into its direct phase also in Libra. And what this means is that, now remember, Mercury is about messages, it's about analytical thinking, it's about figuring out things. It's about communication, technology, the way you think, money, commerce, travel. Libra, once again, is about diplomacy. It's about balance. It's about negotiation. It's about, you know, being able to see both sides of a situation. When Mercury appears to be going in the forward direction, its energy will no longer be felt inward. It will be displayed more outwardly. So all of the information that we have received, all of the secrets that were revealed while Mercury was in its retrograde phase, you will now have the opportunity to make decisions as to whether or not you want to move forward with this business, or you want to move forward and advance this relationship, whether you want to move forward and start looking for another job, or whether you want to hold off on signing that contract, whether you want to hold off on going to the bank and getting that loan for that new motorcycle that you want. Because when Mercury was in retrograde, things and information were coming to you. And it's said that while Mercury is in retrograde, it's not a good time to make a decision because there's so much new information that is coming to you. It's best to just stop and rethink, stop and process everything that's coming in. Then when Mercury starts to go in its direct phase and it starts to appear to be moving in the forward motion, like it will tomorrow, all of the information that you have received, now you can put it all out on the table and make a better judgment call. Now you have everything that you need, but you're still getting more information because, like I said, Mercury will not be, it won't be look like it's completely moving forward until like October 24th. So we still have a little bit of time in that, like that murky water type feeling. I'll put it to you like this. When Mercury starts to station direct, it's like, have you ever had a really, really deep sleep and your alarm goes off and you just like jump up and you're like, oh my goodness, I have to wake up. I'm awake now. I'm awake. That's the kind of energy that we will start to feel. It's like, this is what was really happening at my job. That's why this and that happened. So that I get all of this information now, and now I am able to make a more well-rounded, educated decision. I'm finally awake. I'm not in the dark. Now that Mercury is stationing direct and it's moving forward in the zodiac sign, but it's still in Libra at this point, now I am able to take all of that information that I have learned about opening a new business, all of the research that I have done, all of the advice that I have gotten while Mercury was in retrograde. Now I can lay everything out on the table, and from all of that information, now I'm better able to decide whether or not I want to move this way with opening my business, or I want to move that way with opening my business. So basically, that's what the energy of Mercury going direct is about. It'll happen very slowly. Because it takes some time for the planet to actually, all of the planet's energy to completely and fully kick in, and for the planet to move out of Virgo into the next zodiac sign. So we still have some time in the quote-unquote fog of Mercury retrograde. So there is still a possibility that you'll get more information that you may need to make a better decision about whatever it is that you're experiencing. There's still a possibility that more secrets will be revealed, that you will continue to rethink things. You'll continue to get different perspectives and different opinions that play a huge part in your decision making process. We still are in that energy of waking up and getting all of the information that we need. So don't jump into doing anything. Still be a little cautious, because it's like Mercury is just waking up slowly but surely. But it'll definitely be awakened out of Libra by the 24th of October. So I'm not sure what you all have experienced during Mercury retrograde, but on my end, I have noticed that things went crazy with regards to communication. But now it seems like I've because everything went crazy and I got all of these answers to questions and things were revealed to me during the period that Mercury was in retrograde. Now I feel like, you know what, I took the time that I needed patiently and quietly. I tried to sit in the corner as much as I possibly could and not react to everything and everybody around me. And that allowed me the opportunity to get so much information that I was not aware of before Mercury went retrograde. The period of Mercury retrograde also allows you to get information that you never knew. So that's why it was good to try to sit back as much as possible and not react to everything that was happening, because it gave you answers. It was like messages from the higher realms were coming to you if you were able to be aware and observant of what was going on. And fortunately, I was able to. So I got a lot of answers. So now that Mercury is starting to go into its direct phase, I'm still getting some information and some answers, but I feel like I am more aware and I'm better equipped to make certain decisions with regards to the things that I'm experiencing and the things that I have been thinking about while Mercury was in its retrograde phase. Like, it's quite interesting, because while Mercury was in its retrograde phase, I wanted to react so badly. Like, I wanted to just be all up in it. I wanted to argue. I was just feeling that energy, but I knew that if I stayed quiet and I reanalyzed and I rethought and I revised and I revisited, I knew that I would get answers. I knew that I would get the answers that I was looking for, and I just knew that I would get answers, period. And that's exactly what happened. So now that Mercury is stationing direct, I think that what I'm going to do is I'm still going to sit back and see what other messages come to me, what other answers come, and what else is revealed, so that come the 24th, I am ready to go. Like, I have all of the information that I need to make the best decisions possible for my life. And I did it with love. I did it with diplomacy. I did it while having the perspective of other people. I did it while, being balanced, because I am also using the energy of Libra, which is the energy of negotiation, the energy of balance, the energy of diplomacy. And I'm being fair about it, because I'm giving myself enough time, more than enough time, to allow everything to come into me, and then think about everything that I've learned. Think about everybody that's involved as well as myself, and make the best decision for everybody involved. And that's what this is all about. That's what the purpose of Mercury going in its retrograde phase in Libra and then going direct in Libra is about. It's about being fair, being balanced, being diplomatic with yourself, with your emotions, with your wants, with your needs, with regards to the relationships that you have with yourself and with others. So that at the end of all of this energy, what happens is you can't do anything but grow from your experience because you're growing in love. You're making your decisions based on balance. You're making your decision based on all of the information that you have allowed yourself to get in a neutral in a neutral mindset. You're able to get other people's perspectives, get the perspective of the other people who were involved in the situations or the challenges that you revisited while in Mercury retrograde phase. So definitely use Mercury retrograde information that you received in while we are transitioning in and while we are in Mercury Direct phase, because it will definitely make for a better, stronger, more educated, well-rounded you. Definitely do that. I hope that I did not confuse you. I wanted to come to you to give you this information because I think it's important to understand what's really going on or why you might be feeling the way that you're feeling. And then all of this energy on top of Venus and Sagittarius and Saturn and Pluto, and Neptune and Pisces. It's so many different vlogs that I have to I've been thinking about making, because all of the energy that we are experiencing with regards to the position of the planets and the zodiac signs, they all complement each other and they all facilitate emotional, spiritual, mental, physical growth. They just promote growth as an all-around soul in this 3D plane. And it's really beautiful, really beautiful time that we're in, really beautiful energy that we're experiencing. And I wanted you all to be educated and aware of what's happening and why you may be feeling the way that you're feeling, or why you may be experiencing the things that you're experiencing. If you tend to feel and see that the things that you are experiencing you don't view them as positive, check this out. They're happening so that you can cleanse and you can clean and you could get rid of and you could make way for the things that are abundant and that are great and that are full of bliss and joy and love for you. So if things are happening and they don't sit too well with you, it's happening so that you can get them out of your system and make room for those things that you do want. And that's a blessing in and of itself as well. It's just, like I said, Mercury is about communicating and thinking. No, Mercury is about thinking, and it's the way you think about things. It's your perception. In Libra, the energy of Libra will help you to be more diplomatic and want to get a more balanced, well-rounded perception and perspective on what you are experiencing, whether or not you interpret it as good or bad. The fact of the matter is that it's happening for your betterment and your growth. So, with all of that being said, I am going to not confuse you anymore. I hope that I didn't, but this is just like a really, really, really great time to be alive, and I want to share all of this stuff with you so that you understand what's going on. I hope that you enjoyed this vlog that, gave you some information about Mercury stationing direct in Libra. And work with the energy. That's all you can do. All you really can do is work with the energy and grow, right, fam? That's what we're really here for, growing and remembering who we really are. And this energy will really help us do that. I hope that you enjoyed. Stay tuned and come back because I have a vlog to do about Neptune and Pisces. And I also have a Halloween vlog to do. I have a vlog to do about the new moon and the full moon. So that's a couple of vlogs that I gotta do to keep you all up on the energy so that you can work with the energy and manifest the life of your dreams. Oh, did I also mention that today Venus moved into the zodiac sign of Virgo? Yeah, so if you're feeling all of that love, or if you're feeling like, my boyfriend is doing this, or my girlfriend is doing that, and I really want to talk to them about it, or I didn't understand, or I want to get a better understanding of, or I want this relationship to be better, or if you're feeling like, oh goodness, I just want to do this and that for my significant other to show them that I love them. All of that is Venus in Virgo. It's all about, analyzing your close and intimate relationship so that you could make it perfect. And it's also about sex and money. Yay! Two things that go hand in hand. Two things that I don't have. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I definitely suggest you watch my vlog about Venus in Virgo. That's quite interesting, and I'm pretty sure you're feeling that energy as well as Mercury in retrograde and Mercury stationing direct. It's just a lot of things that you need to be aware of. So stay close to me and I will stay close to you. I love you and work with that energy. Check y'all later.